Good morning, boomers. The Crypto Capo, the Commander-in-Chief here, Champagne Crypto, back with another live stream. Guys, the crypto's cooling down. It certainly seems that way. I want to talk about Bitcoin novelty perhaps wearing off and what that could mean for the price as the crypto's cooled down. We're seeing a little green today, but we want to talk about price as the rest of the boomers tune in. Make sure you're touching all the buttons for Champagne right now, the like, the subscribe, the post notification bell, the ding ding. Stay tuned in to the good crypto word that we spray here daily. Rafterman's here in the box. Make sure you're caressing the buttons. I'm here with a young boomette. She's checking out the charts with me. We're looking at the prices, and we'll be talking about cryptos. Are cryptos cooling down? Has the Bitcoin novelty weared off? Or is it? And what would this mean for the price? As Rafterman is here in the box, he says, liked, yo champ. Indeed, guys, touch the buttons for me. Like, subscribe, post notifications, all that. Shout out to all the boomers. What's going on here with my display here? What happened there? Let me go ahead and transform that and fit to screen. I'm using OBS software to do the live streams, which I like. And then the Stream Deck to trigger the green screen effects and the memes out there. So if you guys are interested, maybe I should do a stream with that as well, talking about the equipment and how we live stream and what we do. It's not complicated, but for those that have never done it, maybe they'll be interested. Make sure you're touching the buttons. Let's check out today's math. We'll talk about the crypto cool down and what that may mean by price. I think the Bitcoin novelty is wearing off, guys. I'm going to be honest with you as we learn more about the coin. And I think the number one issue here people are starting to realize is the fungibility. Without fungible coins, there's no censorship resistance. So whatever you think of peer-to-peer cash, Lightning Network, segregated witness, all the hype surrounding Bitcoin is cute. But as we become more educated and learn more, fungibility is key. If the coin is not fungible, forget about it. It's the bottom line. And I still think a lot of people are in this space, or not a lot. There's a significant amount of people that are still in this space for crypto, thinking that it's the new revolution. And I'm here to say that I think that novelty is wearing off as we are becoming educated to the bits and its fungibility issue. Okay, and how I feel. I think Toshi Santa Claus as I look more into it. And it's sad to say, but that's what it is. That being said, I still think it's a tremendous store of value. Okay, I still think it's here to stay. But if you're in crypto and blockchain as a tool for the economic revolution, then you should be looking at Monero. Okay, if the coin is not fungible, if the blockchain is not fungible, then then it can be censored. That's the bottom line here. So, for those saying that, Bitcoin is the future, Bitcoin's no longer the future. Bitcoin is the present. And here we are. Bitcoin worked. And I'm starting to think that the price may be cooling down and stabilizing in and around where we're at right now, 8,000, perhaps it goes to 10,000. I'm even questioning if the price is really going to kapump for the halving or just do a little weight gain. But these are questions that we need to ask as the rest of the boomers tune in. Let me go ahead and adjust my side of the screen here on my monitors because I can't see who's commenting and how many people are in the box. Okay, I see Johnson Cackery. I see 5 people in the box. Excellent. Let's go ahead and check out this math. We'll be talking about the crypto cool down, the Bitcoin novelty. I want to see how this could affect the price. Let me share my display. Hit refresh here. I'm hitting the wrong refresh. There we go. 82.60 on the price of bits. So it's gained weight over the weekend. It was a little weaker, closer to the 8,000. But, we're still trading sideways. It seems like we can't get over that $8,500 hump. And we're still a ways from 10K. Ether 177. And it's important to note the market cap there at 223 billion with the Bitcoin dominance at 66.4. This thing is about the same. Bitcoin Cash at 232. Litecoin at 55. How's Litecoin comparing to Bitcoin nowadays? Is it gone over that 70,000 mark? No, it's still at 66. So no, I'm glad that I dumped some Litecoin there at 0.0075, which was a good look. because we haven't gone over 0.007. Binance there at 1825. EOS slipping in the rankings there at 296. Even though EOS is here to stay. They paid the piper. That's the bottom line. Bitcoin, Satoshi Vision. Guys, who's still trading this coin, guys? How is it making 15% gains? And you got to question everything when 2 of the top 10 coins are forks off Bitcoin and it's a big fight. And they haven't proved to, I mean, look, Bitcoin Cash has been around longer, but, 2 of the top 10 coins are forks of Bitcoin remixes. And then you got Bitcoin SV, which is funnier than Bunny. Okay, let me throw a bunny out because I can't believe that this thing's still around. It's, and let's assume that this gentleman is Satoshi and this is the true Bitcoin, then this thing is all falling apart. So, I mean, you got Stellar there at 6, Tron at 1, Cardano there at 3, and Monero. Guys, Monero is like the only true crypto, guys. Let's keep it 1,000. Monero is the only true crypto. Bump the bunny up higher. What happened with the bunny? The bunny's in the middle of my screen. Let me snipe it again. Boom. EMP. It looks like everything's okay on my end. I'm seeing green. So, it's all good. It's all good. Throw that bunny up higher. Seems like it's right there in the middle of my screen. Haven't changed it there, CryptoZilla. You got Leo there at 101. Chainlink is booming too. It seems like Chainlink paid the piper as well with that Google partnership. Huobi at 343, IOTA, and then Dash at 69. That was a joke. Oh, no, all right. I thought you meant like it's off screen because I don't know if you just tuned in, but one of my thumbnails was completely off center right now, so I had to adjust that. I didn't know if that happened to the bunny as well, so it is what it is. Was my side, says Rafterman. Indeed. 5 crypto maniacs here in the box. Is crypto cooling down? I think so. I think it's the novelty of Bitcoin has worn out. Bitcoin's nothing new, guys. All the institutions know about Bitcoin. It's not the new kapump. There you see my thumbnail's a little off there. Let me go ahead and transform that fit to screen. There we go. All right. Back to what I'm saying. Okay, looks fine here. All right. Yeah, I thought that I was off center for whatever. Shout out to Thai City. What up? CryptoZilla, Rafterman. But yeah, listen, guys, back to what the train of thought I'm saying. Cryptos are cooling down. I shouldn't even put the question mark. They're cooling down. The Bitcoin novelties wore down. Okay, that's the bottom line here. Okay, as much as we want to be Bitcoin maximalist and we want it to pump and all that, I'm here to break it to you guys. The price is going to be remaining the same. I think it's going to stay around 8,000, 10,000. Let's be honest. I may even have to change my price prediction for the halving. I think that this halving price is already worked in. To think that, I said 16 to 22. Let's see how I feel this week, but it may be readjusted to 12 to 16 to keep it 1,000. Fungibility is the major issue here, guys. And, I want to kick myself in the ass for not really paying attention to that fungibility issue earlier because, that was with all the talk of this, that, and the third. I mean, Bitcoin's never been fungible. So, I don't know how that went over our heads. But, that being said, guys, Monero. And let me drop 2 bombs. And 3 bombs. Why not? Kaboom, kaboom. Shout out to Ty, CryptoZilla, Rafterman, the rest of the boomers. Let's go ahead and check out the Bitcoin charts here. You can see this is the, let me go to the 1 day. 1 day looking healthy. 82.36 went back up, but there's not much movement. And again, for those sticking around the crypto space, this is what the crypto space is looking like now. Everybody's only talking about price. Okay, forget about Bitcoin as a revolutionary tool. No one cares anymore. Bottom line is everybody's just trying to make $1 or $5. And that's, kind of a problem because if people are just trying to make $1 or $5, people are no longer using Bitcoin for the original intent, which is peer-to-peer cash as an alternative to the fiat system. And that's all I got to say is Monero. Now, that being said, as far as Monero, will Monero kapump and be the new revolution? I don't think so. I'm going to be honest with you. It is what it is. These things are going to stick around, but I'll compare cryptos and Bitcoin to the internet at one point. I think people thought that Twitter was going to be the revolution for people. Now you see Twitter being censored. They thought that the whole internet was going to free everybody. And in fact, it's kind of enslaved people. But it's also helped other people as well. So I think that Bitcoin is going to be the new standard. But as far as like, changing the whole system and saving everybody, guys, Toshi ain't going to save anybody. And in fact, he's probably Santa Claus. If you're looking for saving, open up the Bible and talk to the Lord if you're looking for saving, okay? But Toshi's not going to do it. Exchanges bowing down to regulations, how's that for freedom? Yeah, they're all bowing down. And I've said this in my prior videos. I think that privacy coins and decentralized exchanges are the wave. And the present and the future. If you're really into this for censorship resistance, for a new alternative, for power to the people and all those original reasons that people got into Bitcoin in the first place, then you should be looking for Monero. But as far as Bitcoin, guys, we got to call it how it is. It's the global standard. I think it's going to be. But let's not forget that the coins are not fungible. Okay. And chances are Toshi is Santa Claus. And, he was from the beginning. I hate to break it to you guys. It is what it is, guys. I got to look at it the way it is and call it for what it is, guys. I'm holding these bags, though. I'm holding these Bitcoin bags because it's still, in my opinion, an excellent store of value. And it's not going to go anywhere. But as far as the price, I'm still getting things on my feed with McAfee talking about $1 million Bitcoin. And listen, if the mainstream media, the majority of the headlines are saying that it's going to go to 200, 300, 400,000, then I'm not believing. YM says, how long will this crypto bullshit continue? I mean, I wouldn't call it crypto bullshit. There's something there, but I think that at this point, Bitcoin did what it was supposed to do, guys. It went beyond people's expectations. Let's not forget when Bitcoin was like, pennies on the dollar. Now it's 8,000 and people still want, the greed is so high out there that people still want it to be $1 million. And, maybe one day it will be. But if you're in the game to hold for 200, 300, $1 million, guys, come on. The coin already did its 100x. It already performed. And in fact, it's here to stay. So, I mean, what else do you want out of it? I mean, the greed is high out there, guys. The greed is majorly high, and you're not going to have a sustainable system built just on greed. So again, Monero. The Bitcoin novelty has worn off. I think most people kind of know that. The institutions certainly do. They're trading it very prudently and based strictly on the technicals. And as far as retail, guys, the retail is not going to come into the game unless we have new numbers, unless this thing goes over 20,000. But that's what it is. 13 crypto maniacs watching worldwide. Drop a comment. Let me know what's shaking and baking. We'll continue with some of the live streams. I missed the Friday live stream, but it's okay. It's okay. We're trading sideways unless there's some major action going on out here. Doing a daily live stream telling you guys that it's going sideways, Monero, your dinero. Monero, your dinero. Yeah, I like Monero. But again, am I going to throw the whole bag on Monero? Probably not. Probably not. The original reasons are still valid, says Rafterman. The original reasons are valid, but does Bitcoin fulfill the original reasons? I don't think so, especially when it's not fungible. And that's why you got to look at, if you're really in the space, and I think that it's important for those that don't know, I'm sure that Rafterman knows, but those that don't know the crypto ethos and whatnot, check out the video I have recommended down below in the description. It's called Crypto Culture, Cypherpunk, Manifesto, Privacy, and Freedom. That's an important video. It talks about, I read from the Cypherpunk Manifesto, and that's important to the crypto ethos. But does Bitcoin hit those beats? I'm not sure. But Monero does. And again, I mean, I'm saying Monero all day long, but then I've had boomers come and tell me, champ, Monero's compromised as well. I don't know. I'm not a technician. I'm not a programmer or coder, so I don't know if it's compromised. Shout out to YM, Thai City, Paw Potato, Johnson Cackery, and the rest of the boomers. I've been online checking out all kinds of different videos. I'm getting these moon landing videos, the fake moon landing or whatnot. You know what I think, guys. You know, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but that video that was presented with Nixon talking on a landline to the moon, I don't know who's believing that one. I mean, maybe we went to the moon, okay, but that video, I'm not believing it. Me personally. I came across another one too. These conspiracies are all over the place. With the dinosaur bones, I thought, you know, it broke my heart. Now I'm learning that most of the dinosaur bones are fake. I didn't know that. Apparently there was never a dinosaur discovered before like 1860 or whatnot. But I've got to look more into that one. Rafterman with $2. Thank you, Rafterman. Bitcoin is definitely evolving. Yeah, it has. And, you know, segregated witness and Lightning Network are not peer-to-peer cash solutions. They're all off-chain solutions. And, you know, they don't help with censorship resistance. And we got to call it for what it is. So, you know, you got a section of people that are in crypto because of the original reasons, the Cypherpunk Manifesto and those reasons. But I think those guys are not as prevalent as those that are in just for straight up investment. They're saying, you know, this thing's going to go up, the greed, straight up capitalism, which is fine as well. You know, those that are trying to hold Ripple, they're trying to, you know, see whatever coin's going to go up, but they're not here for the fundamentals. And that's fine. But, you know, I was from the beginning here for the fundamentals. But, you know, as I'm learning more about this fungibility, I got to call it for what it is, boomers. I'm still getting a Brontosaurus tattoo. Okay. Shout out to Jigger Rome's. Thai City says the original reason was for the people peer to peer, not Wall Street to peers at a manipulated rate. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That's true. Absolutely. And that's why I keep referring to Monero, because it's peer to peer and it's less manipulated. It's less able to be manipulated than Bitcoin is my understanding. Fungible, taxable, exchangeable, says YM. That's what we need. Absolutely. But here's the thing, and you gotta question these things from the beginning. Fungibility was always an issue from the very beginning, but nobody was talking about it. That went over everybody's head. So it's like, you know, even Toshi himself is pushing this like the revolution, but nobody talked about fungibility. So it makes you wonder, you know, who it really is Toshi. Thanks again, a Rafter, man. Let me drop a couple dollars off the ceiling. I'm going to go and do some research on this dinosaurs, man. This kind of got me. The dinosaur thing got me. It's just like the moon landing kind of got me because, you know, every kid wants to be an astronaut or whatnot. And, you know, you start looking into it, guys. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm not saying, you know, the whole thing's a fraud. I'm saying that I'm looking at the particular video. The video that was shown, guys, come on. You're having problems. We still have problems with the stream health here in almost 2020. And, you know, people want you to believe that you're speaking to somebody in the moon on a landline in real time with no lag, which is hilarious. Shout out to Chris P. What up? But yeah, I got to look at these dinos because apparently every single dinosaur bone is a replica. And the real ones supposedly they can't be brought out because they're radioactive or something. So that sounds funny, Bunny. I came across that one and that kind of like shocked me. But, you know, nothing should shock us boomers. You're starting to realize, well, I think most people are starting to realize almost anything is not what it seems. Koran says, research the Bone Wars dinos. Yeah, I just came across that. I'm starting to learn about that, Koran. So yeah, I didn't know that. But what you got to find it odd that there was never any dinosaur bones ever discovered before 18 whatever. And I think the first dinosaur bones were discovered like a few years after the first talks about dinosaurs even came up or something. So I got to look more into it. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm certainly not educated on the subject, but you know, I came across it and I'm sharing with you boomers. I'll definitely research the Bone Wars, but you know, then it brings you down the rabbit hole of fossil fuels and, evolution, and, makes you wonder, guys. We have been lied to. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I'm questioning everything, Rafterman. Toshi himself. It's way too convenient. This thing drops out the sky. It's supposed to be the antithesis to the banks. And, all of a sudden it's here, I mean, it's kind of suspect, guys. Is Bitcoin a dinosaur bone? I don't know. And then I'm going to have to research Monero too. Maybe Monero's funny bunny. I have no idea. But for you guys want to know where the champ's plan is, I'm holding these bits. I think the price is going to go up with the halving, but I think the major pump that everybody's expecting, I'm still seeing things on my feed here. Bitcoin's going to 200, 300, 400. Guys, come on. I mean, maybe it does, but if you're waiting around for 2, 3, 400, I mean, that greed is too high for you. We're back. We got Soy and Pete out there. Started talking about the dinos. Yeah, and that one caught me. I was like, really? The dinosaurs? Come on, man. Anyhow, drop a comment here in the population. Crypto's cooling down, guys. It's the bottom line here. It's cooled down. The novelty of Bitcoin is basically worn off, and I think it's found its price. Which is where it's at right now, maybe around, 8,000, closer to 10,000. And I wouldn't be surprised that this halving comes and, we just pump to 12,000, let's say. Imagine, how are you going to feel if you're holding this thing and it only goes back to 12,000? Are you going to feel some type of way? Are you still going to be happy with your holdings? I'm trying to manage expectations out here. I certainly will be. Okay, because I've been in this thing for a while now, and even if you were in the crypto game at the beginning of the year when it was $3,000-$4,000, and this thing will pump over 10,000 again, you're sitting okay. But don't let those promises of $1 million Bitcoin blind you to the issues at hand. Joey Bit says America was built on greed. Not surprised people are waiting for $12 million Bitcoin. Yeah, it's not just America. I mean, it's inherent with people. People are flawed. And this is not going to be changed, guys. You're looking for saving, open up the Bible and talk to the Lord. But don't expect Satoshi to come save you. Shout out to Joey Bits. Rafterman Koran. Ty City said, so many people bought in at 17. I don't know anybody that bought in at 17, Ty, but I know that there's some that bought in at 12 or 13. And that's still a little high. I'm sure people did buy at 17. Not anybody that was, frequenting the population of the chat box or that I've met in real life, but I wouldn't doubt it. I do know that there is a significant amount that bought over 10. And you won't have that FOMO again until it goes into new prices. So let's say, it quickly propels back to 20,000 or 25,000. Yes, there will be some FOMO and there will be some more retail investors. But you also got to think, will there be as much FOMO as there was before? Maybe not even as much. I'm questioning everything because so much talk about this happening and how it's going to make, there's too much hanging on this happening, and too many people in the mainstream media promising the pricing to go, to these astronomical prices. And we've learned if, the mainstream media is talking about it all the time, don't believe the hype. So, I'm going to go ahead and adjust. I said I'm going to have to sit on it, but no, I'm going to, maybe I'm still within 16 to 22, but maybe I'm going to have to adjust my predictions there to 12 to 16. Ty City, Joey Bitch, Rafterman, Koran Bell, YM, Jigger Romes, the rest of the boomers. I'll take a few more comments and questions. I want to go ahead and share my thoughts with you as the cryptos cool down. You see it on the networks or whatnot. So, if you're here for the good pricing and the good kapump, it is what it is. You got to identify the market that you're in and know what, the reality is. And the reality is still strong. I think that Bitcoin is the store of value, but as far as the new revolutionary tech that is going to kapump, I think that price and those times passed. Litecoin ain't coming back, says Ty City. You know, you may have a point there, Ty. I've always thought that Litecoin would stick around, but I'm thinking about it now, and I still got a little Litecoin back. I'm glad that I got rid of some of it. Looking at Litecoin, what's special about Litecoin? Okay, you got to ask yourself, what's special about Litecoin? It's just a Bitcoin knockoff. Okay, so at one point, it was worth using Litecoin because the fees were a lot lower, but right now, Bitcoin fees are low as well. Now with the segregated witness, the fees have gone down. So what's the reason of using Litecoin? On top of that, there's not much development going on, and the captain of the ship abandoned it. So why would you use Litecoin? Before it's that it's faster and it's cheaper. Okay, now it's not so much cheaper than Bitcoin for the transaction fees, and I'm sure it's a little faster because the blocks get confirmed in a few minutes faster. But I don't think that's enough for people to move the entire train over to Litecoin. Now, those coins that'll stick around are definitely the smart contract coins, the Ethers and the EOSs. They're probably going to stick around. They paid the piper. But as far as like astronomical price pumps, I'm going to say that I think everything's kind of already priced in. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Yeah, I will expect it to grow every year more aggressively than other asset classes. I still think that crypto as an asset class has more room to grow than others. But, 10xing in a few months, 100xing in a couple of years, those days are probably, they've already worn off. They've cooled down. But you know what? It's a good thing. I think we got to drive some of the greedy maniacs out of here. The greed's way too high. And, everybody wants to make a buck. But when you let that greed take over, it makes the space not as fun anymore. I like the space when there was people that had a little bit morals and ethics in it. Champagne, we have a bull flag, and BTC should be going up to 18,000. I mean, listen, it could. It could. I mean, I still have that 16 to 22 price predictions for the halving, but, so what? So what if it goes to 18, I think we can all agree that, $30, $40, $50,000 Bitcoins is not going to happen as fast as some people expected, even what I expected. I thought that, in and around the halving, we'll close in $1 trillion market cap. The Bitcoin price will be around 30, 35. That's what I originally thought, but that's seeming to be less probable than it was before. So yeah, shout out to the boomers. I'm going to do a little research on these dino bones, see what's going on. See what's popping. See if these YouTubers are jiving me or what. Someone said research the Bone Wars. I'll check that out, Koran. But I'll be popping up on you guys doing these live streams. Hold the bag of Monero, a little bag there just in case for the crypto fairies. And, Bitcoin, if you're here to stay, it's going to go up. May not 10x like you expected to. So if you're super greedy, you may want to consider that. The sell-off from 18K would be massive. Yeah, I think that we already saw it, Thai City. Like when it hit 13.8, the sell-off, people started selling off. So that's the problem. Let's say we pump again over 10 and we hit 12, 13, people start selling. They start selling. Ty says he thinks 15 months after the halving, it will be a boom. Let's see. But, how high would it boom? I think as far as like the booms that we experienced from the beginning, like, going from 2,000 to 20,000, it may not happen again. I'm holding Bitcoin and buying on the dips, but I also buy stocks just in case. Yeah, right now it's like Bitcoin has become that commodity. It's found its price and the volatility is a lot less than what it once was. When the reality of the half sinks in. Maybe. Word up, champ. Kaboom. Shout out to Sticks. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and tune down the broadcast, and I'll be back tomorrow. Shout out to Rafterman, Sticks Champion, Joey Bits, Thai City, and the rest of the boomers. Stay strong out there. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's biggest cousin, cryptography's finest. Champagne, thanks.